film has given some gifts to those completing their work on episode 9, and some of the gifts are interesting.
You're fulfilling your destiny.
So let's go over an image posted on the internet showing gifts given to some of the crew working on episode 9. We see a message from JJ and Co. to someone working on the first unit saying, "Dear cast and crew of episode 9, there are no words to properly express our gratitude and amazement. Your work has been next level spectacular, and you've done it all with kindness and respect. There are no words, but there are jackets. XO, JJ, Cappy, Michelle, and Column." Now, this probably doesn't mean that filming is completely done for episode 9. We know that they're going to go into February, and we also have some rumors that certain actors are going back next week to continue filming. This is more that a certain unit is finished with their work on episode 9. But let's take a look at those gifts because they can say something pretty interesting about the final episode in this trilogy. Now, I want to do a word of warning. There is some debate whether the jars were a gift from JJ and Co. or something created by someone who worked on episode 9 as a gift. The person that said these jars may have been made by someone as hints from the production and not actually the head honchos, they still claim the jars are nice hints, but not to dig too deep. Even if it was something created by someone as a gift and hints about the production, I still think we can look at the jars and the contents and draw some conclusions. Okay. Warning done. Besides the obvious, one jar is light, the light side, and the other jar is dark, the dark side, let's investigate each jar individually. The first jar looks like it contains sand, and the tag says, "From a long, long time ago, not so far away." Best guess sand is from Tatooine. JJ has talked about wanting to bring the entirety of the Star Wars films full circle, which would mean going back to Tatooine would be a good way of doing that. In fact, it was clarified that the fine sand in this jar is from a sacred place on a familiar planet. I guess Jeddah could be a possible location as it was a holy, sacred place for the Force, though Jeddah is in rough shape post Rogue One, and when we see Luke there in the comics. Honestly, I'd bet real-life dollars that the sand is representing Tatooine, and at least at one point in episode 9, we're going to see Rey on the planet. Next, we have a jar that looks like it contains black beans and has a tag that reads, "Swallows you up whole." Further clarification states that the beans have something to do with a Jedi Eater. Many sources have been saying Kylo goes to Mustafar in episode 9, so perhaps this is a hint about that or at least a reference to that planet. They've also been pushing Mustafar pretty hard of late in a certain movie and in the comics, so it seems like they're gearing up for it to appear in episode 9. As Vader's castle is on the site of a Sith temple and is a dark side locus, I can see this being a Jedi Eater location, so to speak. I know this isn't going to happen, but if Kylo and Rey duel one more time, as some leaks have suggested, I wonder if it could be on Mustafar and we could see Kylo murder the shit out of her. Now, if it is to represent Mustafar, why beans? Why not black rocks? Maybe for the play on Jedi Eater, you can eat beans? It would make sense for both jars to represent a planet, so what are your guesses? Or maybe you don't think the second jar represents a planet, but actually represents an actual Jedi Eater. And since this is a dude's gift to them, it's not a hint that Jar Jar is back. I doubt he would be that clever with the whole thing. I'm shaking because I'm nervous that that's true.
Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe for more Star Wars videos.